Welcome to the channel, friends. So today's video is going to be covering the Honeywell Home T2 manual style thermostat. Now, this is a common question I get all the time. It's like, hey, I want to just have a manual thermostat and not this complicated, programmable thermostat that has all these functions and operations and this or that. Okay, so this here is the answer. It's going to be your T2 Honeywell Home thermostat, as well as my previous video, which I covered the T1. Now, the T1 is just a smaller version of this. So the T2 is going to have a bigger readout, so you can see this easily from across the room if you want to read your temperature and not have to walk up to the thermostat, which is actually, very useful. I can catch myself doing that all the time. I have to walk up to the thermostat to see what's the actual room temperature because the font is so small. This would help with that. And another thing to consider is the footprint on this is much larger. So if you're covering up like a mismatch in the paint from the previous thermostat that was much smaller, or a bunch of weird like hole patterns that are in the drywall, this here will actually cover up a majority of that because you have a larger footprint. That's something to think about, and most people don't realize. So something like this, you would have a hard time covering up, say, a bigger kind of like blemish on the wall than this here. This would cover up all of it, most likely. So that's kind of one advantage to having this larger thermostat. So this is a manual thermostat, very easy to use. Let's dive in, and I'll show you exactly how to operate it and how to set it up. So as you can see here, it's in the off position. We have the ambient temperature of 74. We go ahead and press the menu button, and that's going to reveal mode and fan, top and bottom here. So we're going to go to fan first. So fan on, fan auto. So fan auto means it's going to automatically turn on with the heating and cooling cycle, depending on how it's set up. And then fan on is if you want to circulate the air in the house and turn on the fan manually, but it will stay on until you come here and turn this back to fan auto. Okay, so very important to leave that on fan auto. Otherwise, your fan will just run continuously 24/7. So back to the menu. Then we have mode, which is the top button. And that's going to bring you into heat, cool, or off. Very simple. So simple, that's all you need, really, right? So let's go in the cooling operation here. And let's go set it to... it won't let me... Oh, okay, so you have to hit done in order to operate the actual set point temperature. So make sure you hit done and then go ahead and click, let's go 80, okay? So bring it to 80. It's going to accept that after you hit menu, and it's going to go to heat on. So right now it's operating like it should. Say we want to go lower. Same thing. It seems like on this one here, you have to hit menu to let it settle in. So that's one thing to consider. Let's go back to fan auto. I don't know why that went to fan on, but you get the idea. It's very simple to use. There's only a few buttons to deal with. Let's go ahead now and go into cool. We have cool. We're going to hit done. And then that way it allows you to use the plus and minus button properly. Otherwise, you'll be selecting the fan on, fan auto selection here. So that's why you have to hit on this particular model the menu button. So we're in cool. Let's go ahead and cool down to 72 because we're at 74. Very simple. We're going to let that be. Hit menu. And cool on is on. So it should be operating. Your AC should be turning on now and cooling the room. So very simple operation. Very easy readout. It has a backlit display, so it will actually glow. It's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but it actually does light up a white color. so you can actually see this at night. And let's go over one last thing you're going to want to know, and that's the ISU menu, or Advanced Setup menu. And that's accessed by holding down the menu button. And that brings up these numerical values. And these numerical values will actually do different parameters and settings in the background depending on your heating and cooling equipment type and system and configuration, things like that. I have a separate video going over each one of these and what it means. So it's very important if you buy one of these to configure this properly in order for the system to work correctly. So as you see, as I cycle through, you have these different numerical values. They all stand for something. And if you want to edit one, you just go ahead and click Edit and select which option you need. So take a look at my other video when it comes to ISU settings, and it will elaborate on all those. So to get out of this, just hit Done. It's going to save. And you're back to the main menu. So that there in a nutshell is the Honeywell T2. Very simple thermostat. It's a great alternative to a programmable thermostat, and you want something that's very simple. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, please place them right down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please go ahead and do so. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.